Hi, what's up? Welcome back to the Rachel Mueller podcast, or if this is on YouTube, hello. My name is Rachel, and I like to channel messages for the collective as well as my own healing. And something I want to talk about today is something I haven't thought about for a long time, but a very clear message wants to come through. So, years ago, as part of my... I gotta sneeze. Bless me. Spiritual practice, I found a Buddhist practice, and there's a lot of good basics and fundamentals that I really agree with that have helped me so much and that I know I want to share with the world and other people. So the practice is chanting to overcome any situation, any karma, any change that one wants to see in their life. So you can literally overcome any kind of suffering. And I was just doing it a little bit, and the message came through like, chant to raise your vibration. Like, that's literally one thing, you can set an intention as, and to pray for, chant for. And that got me thinking, and again, I know all this stuff, but I haven't shared it for a long time, is that literally everything is just an energetic vibration, okay? So we live in a universe where everything has an energetic frequency, and that is also the case here on Earth. However, humans have kind of come to the logical side of life, and we've forgotten about emotions and feelings and frequencies, right? I believe, and from the little that I know, other or older human, what are they called? Societies, right? Like the people that learn about astrology, like that's just all different energies at play. And that's why I think I really resonate with it, is because that's kind of how I have always seen this planet, right? Here's a perfect example of an illustration of my life, okay? So I have a dad and a mom, just like everybody does, and my dad is still in my life, but how I see him in this life that I've seen him, how he's chosen to treat people, and how he's chosen to show up to life, how he's chosen to treat me, how he treats women, how he treats other people. It's just very telling of where he's at kind of on the inside, and it's not a reality that I want to create or have as I get older. I don't really want to have the same experience that he's had. So if I take that as, there's like good sides too. We all have the shadow and light aspects within ourselves. But, on a daily life existence, and like I said, where I want to kind of continue the trajectory of my life, or where I want to be one day, isn't where he's at right now. And kind of the same with my mom, but in a completely different way. She's actually doing kind of all this healing work that I did at a younger age. So it's been kind of flipped, and that's not bad, but I just like to take in information and observe my surroundings and life around me, so I can make decisions for what I want to cultivate and how I want to move forward in my life and where I want to end up or be. But yeah, you can, like I said, everything's energy. So if there's something that you really don't like, there's a situation or a problem or an issue or a challenge that you are experiencing that as you're resonating at that degree and level of it where it makes you very uncomfortable and you feel unsafe or triggered or upset or, like I said, uncomfortable, like whatever the feeling is, understand that internally you can choose to overcome or rise above, or internally kind of get rid of or integrate the part of you that is feeling that upset or that trigger or that feeling, so it doesn't have that power over you right now, as well as moving forward in your life. So there's a lot of ways to do this. You can set an intention, like I said at the beginning of this. So intentions are powerful because you're saying, here's what I'm experiencing, here's not what I want to experience. So whatever your intention is, right, you can, oh my God, this driver sucks in front of me. Maybe you're a very, I want to go on the move person. So you go for a walk and you set the intention, or go for a run or do a workout. I'm going to work through and process this feeling or emotion. And then on the other side of this, I'm going to be less upset by it. You can go outside. You can work with the elements. You can write a letter. You can write a letter and burn it up after. You can do something like subconscious release technique, emotional freedom technique, the emotion code. Something that I chose to pay for as a service was QNRT, quantum neuro reset therapy. So stressors would arise and I'd say, oh my gosh, my body's feeling it. So then I'd go kind of reset my brain at that very deep subconscious level, which was just super powerful for me. So again, I just like to share information and resources. I'm never going to tell anyone what to do and what will work for them. I just like to share information. And if you do want one-on-one support with it, I can do emotional freedom technique with you. I can also do energy work, or the emotion code. So that would be very customized and specific for you. So here's the problem, or where you're feeling it in your body, and then we'll just kind of dissipate that energy and move it through. So again, it doesn't have that hold on you, which is always my goal. I've done that in my personal life, or for me specifically, a lot of things just held me back and I didn't feel very comfortable and blah, blah, blah. So that's why I found, all these tools. And there were, we are in a logical existence. So that's partly why a bunch of YouTube videos and podcasts and mindset things really did help me. And then I just had to go to that deeper level of the brain even, right, that has the emotional side to us and the subconscious. So I get the transformation that it takes, not only on the physical level, but also the emotion side, as well as the mental level. And then that is opened up into the spiritual level level two, which is kind of how I started this episode, right? Spiritually, if there's an energy or frequency or a situation or challenge that you don't like and you want to overcome it, you can chant about it, pray about it, right? That's another tool in the intention toolkit. Or like I said, write the letter, go on a trip, travel. I'm going to go for a drive and I'm feeling very upset and whatever. And then when I get back, or after I drive around for 20 minutes or an hour, when I come back, I'm going to feel less triggered and intense, right? You can do shaking meditation. If all that stress is just bundled up, literally shake side to side, go up and down, get that icky feeling out of your nervous system. Again, right? Completely free. Which is why I just want to share the tools that I do, because again, I've chosen to pay for lots of healings, but you can also do things for free if you literally have nothing, right? Because I run into this where I'm people just come up with excuses. Oh, I don't have the time or the energy or the money. Okay, well, do you have the time or energy or money to move your body? If you don't have a minute to move your body in an intentional way in your life, well, no wonder you feel like you're being tossed around by life. You can't even get to a place where you can say, right, and say to yourself, I'm going to set aside 1 minute for me. That's something to reflect on. Why do you feel like you're doing all these things for everyone and you feel like you can't even, take care of yourself for a minute? And that's no judgment at all. I'm never going to sit here and judge. Again, I just want to share this information so people can become free and they don't have to feel like they're suffering or they're trapped or they're in a box or they're just at the mercy of life, Learn to become empowered 1% every single day of your life to move towards how you want to show up in life, and things will change. And my journey took 5+ years. So that's the other thing too. It's just very unrealistic to say, well, I'm going to transform completely night and day, black to white, 0 to 100 in a week. You know, that's the example I always use for like New Year's. People are like, I'm going to go to the gym every day at 5 a.m. and only eat salads. And why that's not sustainable is because your brain doesn't like that much change all at once. It has habits and patterns that it's formed over days, months, weeks, years. So your brain's lazy, right? It likes to do what it can do on autopilot and the habitual stuff. It's harder to create new and different neural pathways. And you can do it over time, but that is just the process of being graceful with yourself and understanding it will take time. As a coach, right, who has helped people with weight loss and other transformations in life, there is a book called Atomic Habits, and one really great takeaway from that is the 1%, getting 1% closer to your goal every single day, or habit stacking. Because that's how you change over time incrementally. So, okay, so the new year is about a month away. It's December 3rd right now. Excuse me. You could even start now. I'm going to use the example, right, for weight loss. You could use the example now. I'm going to do 5 minutes of cardio on a YouTube video, or I'm going to take the stairs, or I'm going to park further away. I'm going to just start tracking the sugar and the amount of desserts that I eat. I'm going to have one more vegetable on a daily basis, right? And then people are going to come up, well, I hate all vegetables. Okay, well, start with the really sweet ones, right, that are high in carbohydrates. Peas, carrots, tomatoes. There's a couple other ones that I'm forgetting. But, you know, again, our brains love to come up with excuses, and it wants to take the easy road out and the easy path. And that's just for the weight loss example. Let's say, you know, I work with a lot of couples and intimacy and emotions and feelings and connection. So maybe you're single and you're like, well, I want to go on dates, or I want a partner, or whatever. Okay, well then how can you get 1% closer to that? Are you so anxious and scared you can't go on a date? Like, let's dive into that. Why do you feel like you need to self-sabotage? Why are you so uncomfortable in your skin that you don't want to be seen by anybody? Do you like how you show up when you want to flirt with someone? Like, if you're interested in them, do you feel like you don't have any game? You know, there's just so many things to dive into. Or if there is a couple that's super unhappy and they're not connected in any type of way, emotionally, physically, well, let's look at why that's the case. What's the environment that you two have been in, and the patterns that you've accumulated and habits that you've taken? Again, no judgment. We need to logically look at it and say, oh, well, you guys have always been, or for a while, have been pushing each other away by little snide remarks. Well, of course, that's not going to create closeness and intimacy and connection, right? So how do you start to mend that bridge? You take accountability for your actions. Hey, I'm sorry, I've chosen to use certain words with you. I've been doing my best, you know, with the programming that I have. Oh, fuck. This truck fucked me up. Or, you know, not everyone's going to be aware of these, but our subconscious programming really does rule a lot of connections and intimacy and our patterning from being a kid. So, you know, again, just take accountability. Oh, well, reflecting on my parents' relationship, this is how my dad showed up, this is how my mom showed up. Or maybe you don't even know who your parents were, you know, like, well, you know, admittedly, I didn't have a beaver dam on the river. Cute. Beavers are so cute. Admittedly, I don't even know what a relationship looks like because I had a single parent. You know, whatever that one step can be, here's your sign to take it. Rome wasn't built in a day. Again, people want like these transformations very quickly, and that there's no secret to success. It's tiny little baby steps over time, consistently. So if you want something, you have to go after it. You have to build your foundation for being the kind of person that can hold that energy and experience that day in and day out. So here's your sign to go after it. Again, if you want some more one-on-one support, I'm here for emotional freedom technique, intimacy, loving yourself, feeling comfortable in your body. If you do want to lose weight, we can do that. I do a lot of work with sexual trauma. So just let me know. I'm going to leave this here for now, and I'll see you soon. Much love. Namaste. Bye.